Every time you blame someone else for where you are in life, you give away your power. You think playing the victim protects you. It doesn't. It destroys you from the inside out. And here's the part that's going to sting. You're probably doing it right now without even realizing it. When you tell yourself, she manipulated me, my boss doesn't give me opportunities, my parents mess me up, or the system is rigged, you're choosing weakness over accountability. And that choice is costing you everything: respect, relationships, money, and the life you actually want. This isn't about toxic positivity. This is about understanding that victim mentality is a psychological trap that keeps you powerless, and most men are stuck in it without knowing. This is Shadow Mind Insights, where we expose the psychological patterns that are keeping men stuck, weak, and controlled. This channel isn't about motivation or mindset. It's about the raw truth of how human psychology works, so you can stop being manipulated by your own mind. In this video, you're going to learn the 5 ways you're playing victim without realizing it, and how each one is destroying your life. Why victim mentality feels safe, but makes you weaker over time. The exact psychological mechanism that keeps you trapped in this pattern, even when you know better. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear framework to identify when you're slipping into victim mode and how to break the pattern immediately. If you're ready to hear the truth, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel and share this with men who need to hear it. Turn on notifications so you don't miss content that will actually change how you move through the world. Let's get into it. Here's what you need to understand first. Playing the victim is a defense mechanism. Your brain does it to protect your ego from the painful reality that you're responsible for where you are. When something goes wrong, your mind has 2 options. Option 1, take responsibility. Admit you made a mistake, didn't see something coming, or weren't strong enough. This hurts. This requires you to face your weakness. Option 2, blame someone else. Make it their fault. Make yourself the innocent party who got screwed over. This feels safe. This protects your ego. Most men choose option 2 without thinking. And every time you do, you reinforce a pattern that makes you weaker. Here's the brutal truth. The world doesn't care whose fault it is. The world rewards people who take responsibility and fix problems. When you play the victim, you're signaling to everyone around you, especially women, that you can't handle adversity, that you break under pressure, that you need someone else to save you. Women don't respect victims. Employers don't promote victims. Life doesn't reward victims. And here's the part most men don't see. Victim mentality is addictive. Every time you blame someone else, you get a hit of relief. You don't have to change. You don't have to face your flaws. You can stay exactly where you are and call it someone else's fault. But that relief is killing your potential. Let me show you exactly how you're doing this right now. These are the 5 ways men slip into victim mentality without realizing it. 1, you blame your ex for why you're still single. She ruined my ability to trust women. After what she did, I can't open up anymore. I would be in a better place if she hadn't manipulated me. Reality check. She's not in your life anymore, but you're still letting her control your future. You're giving her power over your relationships, your happiness, and your decisions. That's victim mentality. Take the lesson, not the trauma. 2, you complain about your job, but do nothing to change it. My boss doesn't recognize my work. They don't pay me what I'm worth. This company doesn't give me opportunities. Reality check. If you're underpaid and undervalued, why are you still there? Complaining without action is victim behavior. Either negotiate, improve your skills, or leave. Staying and complaining is choosing to be powerless. 3, you blame your parents for your current problems. My dad wasn't around, so I don't know how to be a man. My mom was controlling, that's why I have issues with women. I didn't have good role models growing up. Reality check. Your childhood shaped you, but it doesn't define you. Millions of men had terrible parents and still built great lives. Using your past as an excuse for your present is victim mentality. You're an adult now, act like it. 4, you tell yourself the game is rigged when things don't go your way. Dating is impossible for average guys. Only rich people get ahead. The system is designed to keep me down. Reality check. You know who says this? Losers. Winners in the same rigged system are out there building, learning, adapting. When you focus on what's unfair, you stop focusing on what you can control. That's victim thinking. 5. You expect people to understand what you've been through. If they knew what I've dealt with, they'd understand why I am this way. Nobody gets how hard it's been for me. I deserve more patience, sympathy, help because of my struggles. Reality check. Nobody cares what you've been through except you. The world judges you by results, not by how hard your journey was. Expecting special treatment because life was hard is textbook victim mentality. Use your struggles as fuel, not as an excuse. Here's what happens every time you slip into victim mode. You surrender control. When you blame your ex, you're saying, "My emotional state is controlled by someone who's not even in my life." When you blame your boss, you're saying, "My financial future depends on someone else's decisions, not mine." When you blame your parents, you're saying, "I can't overcome my past because I'm not strong enough." Every victim statement is an admission of powerlessness. And here's the psychological trap. The more you practice victim thinking, the more your brain looks for evidence that you're a victim. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You start seeing everything through the lens of "this is happening to me," instead of "what can I do about this?" This is why victim mentality destroys masculine power. Masculinity is about agency, the ability to act, to change, to overcome. Victim mentality is the opposite. It's passivity disguised as self-protection. Women can sense this. Employers can sense this. Even other men can sense when you're operating from a victim frame, and they lose respect for you instantly. Now here's how you break free. This is your framework for eliminating victim mentality and reclaiming your power. Rule 1. Replace "why is this happening to me?" with "what can I do about this?" Every time you catch yourself blaming someone or something, stop. Ask yourself, "What's within my control right now?" Then focus only on that. This single mental shift changes everything. Rule 2. Stop telling your victim story. You know that story you tell about how you got screwed over? The one about your ex, your boss, your childhood. Stop repeating it. Every time you tell that story, you reinforce the neural pathway that makes you a victim. Tell a different story, the one where you overcame it. Rule 3. Take extreme ownership, even when it's not fair. If something goes wrong, even if it's 90% someone else's fault, find the 10% that's yours and own it completely. This isn't about being fair. This is about staying in control. When you own it, you can fix it. When you blame it, you're powerless. Rule 4. Eliminate victim language from your vocabulary. Stop saying, "I can't because," "It's not fair that," "If only they hadn't." Start saying, "I'm choosing to," "I'm responsible for," "I will figure out how to." Your language shapes your reality. Change how you talk, change how you think. Rule 5. Surround yourself with people who don't tolerate victim behavior. If your friends let you complain without challenging you, they're enabling your weakness. Find men who will call you out when you're making excuses. You need accountability, not sympathy. Victim mentality is comfortable. Taking responsibility is hard, but comfort keeps you weak and hardship makes you strong. You're not a victim. You never were. You're a man who's been choosing the easy mental shortcut instead of the hard truth, and that ends today. If this hit you hard, good. Share it with another man who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more content that won't coddle you, but will make you stronger. This is Shadow Mind Insights. Stop playing victim. Start taking control.